let's climb in here. Let's take a look. So, up in there, you have 4 bolts. Let's see if I can get this. Hold on here. Bear with me. All right. So, there's 4 bolts right there. 4 bolts. Those are 15 millimeters. Space is tight. You're going to want to undo those. One of the things we're going to do first, though, is this connector. Let me remove this light again. There's connector and this clip. I'll put up some pictures of the clip. I'm going to get you the best angle I possibly can. So, right in there. See that guy? That clip. Oh, man. Can be very frustrating. So here's the clip in question, and I'm going to use a bolt to show you, kind of act as the pin. So let's pretend this is our pin coming through right here, right? So this is how I do it. There's probably a better way to do it, but I'm just showing you how I do it. So I was sneaking in with the pick, and I was lifting this tab up right here until it sat. Let's push it out so I can get it. So it was pushing up like that, and then getting underneath and pulling the clip off. Be really careful if you fling this, though, because like I said, you don't want to lose this. This is a $20 part if you have to replace it. Look at it. My thumb can hide it. So be careful. This is an important piece. And, well, take your time. It's not the end of the world if this took you 10 minutes to remove it. I mean, good work is better than bad work. And, well, good work is better than fast work. Now, if you can be fast and do good work, that's even better. So, I don't do good fast work, so I just do good work. Frustrating. Very frustrating, especially when you're putting it back. So I'm going to show you how I remove it, and then I'm going to get it out, and then I'm going to show you how I put it back on. You gotta be really careful. Those can fling off into the distance and disappear into the void, and you really don't want that because a replacement clip is $20, and that's stupid. So I'm going to show you how to get that clip off. So I'm a big fan of 1/4-inch tools. If you look up in here, you can see I got a 15 millimeter 1/4-inch with a wobbly, and then the extension comes out right here. So, as you can tell, it fits quite nicely. That's not something you're going to get with the 3/8. Now, I understand that there's a possibility that this could be, well, difficult to do if you don't have any 1/4-inch tools or anything like that. But I highly recommend it. I mean, it might be a little too tight for you to break loose, but I know that these aren't going to be too tight. Just to break this first one free, I'm going to do it with just the stubby. Well, we're going to attempt to. Might be too tight. Might not. Okay, it's definitely too tight, which is unfortunate because the angle is really good. So I did bring an extended reach right here with a flex head, of course. Love me a flex head ratchet. Okay, that did it. There. Like I said, I'm kind of sacrificing some room here, but this guy's all the way loose. So let's pull it out. Look at that. Hardest one is now out. That's like the worst part of the whole job is probably these bolts and that clip. That clip, arguably more so. Because, I mean, you can at least see these. There's some bolts in the world where you got to unbolt them and you can't even see them. Talk about how nice that is. Again, so also get one that doesn't, no matter what direction you face it, just fall down. But I think this is a Pittsburgh 1/4-inch wobbly. This wobbly is probably a decade old, but as you can see, you can get some good angles. You can get yourself out a little bit from underneath. Hopefully you guys find this helpful. I really like under dash videos that are good, and I'm gonna try of course, to make a good video because there's not a whole lot that are offered. Right now, I am doing this by hand. Jesus, takes forever when you don't have power tools. Holy moly. See, can I snake in there with my hand? Oh, yeah. Or not. Let go. Easiest one. So, my thing here is I like to try and leave the easiest bolt for last because, one, if you're somebody that wrenches, let's say DIY, right? Oh, geez. Oh, gosh. That was tight. Let's say you're somebody that DIYs. If you leave the worst bolts for last, and you have a horrible time removing them, and you finish the project out with that bolt, when you're done with your project, you're going to be like, yeah, that sucked. I'm never doing that again. But since your brain is so simple, not simple as in like you're dumb, but like your brain goes off well, oh, that was such a good experience. That was such a good experience because that bolt was so easy at the end. So well, at least for me, it tricks me into thinking, oh yeah, that wasn't so bad. I didn't spend a really long time doing that or this. And then it's like downhill battle from there. So now there's a connector up here, right here. Just gonna reach in. Well, should just be a reach in. Should just pull right off. Yeah, there we go. Pulls right off. And just put it off to the side, out of the way. Oh, that's a good idea. Great. I'll just do the whole video of my hand instead. Okay, there we go. So that's everything we can do from inside. Now all we need to do is go to the outside and pop that sucker out. All right, it's been like probably half hour, 45 minutes since the last clip you saw. I've been looking for my step ladder. I've misplaced my step ladder. This thing has a leveling kit on it, and so I'm not looking forward to that because I want the rig down low for me. And look at the sky. It's I don't know if that's all picking up. We're storming. But I'm getting the video done. Granted, I could just start it another day and like you guys could see it later, but like no, that's not how we do things. Like we're gonna be working on rigs in the snow. So I mean, some wind and some rain ain't gonna stop us, and the hood's kind of blocking some of it. So let's get into that. All right, you have a 15 here, right here, and you should be able to see it. There's another 15 right here. Yep. See, nice and easy, 15 right there, 15 right there. You have this line, and that line. You can see, right there. If you have an 18mm wrench, just get in there, bust those lines loose. Or if you have some Raptor pliers, you can get in there, do it that way. Hose clamp here, spring clamp I should say. If you have the grip strength, just, this awkward angle. Oh, maybe I don't today. Alright, yeah, I figured just in case. Some pliers. Alright, come on. What the hell? Serious? There we go. Put that off to the side. You broke this side loose. Undo it. Just like so. Get this side loose now that you have that line out of the way. Which, surprise, surprise, different size. I'm gonna go ahead and say that's a 16. Yeah, there we go. You want to get these loose before you completely remove it. Chimneys. That is on there. There we go. Always one line that just wants to be a pain. Like, I should be able to undo this with my fingers, but I wasn't able to undo the spring clamp with my fingers, and I can normally do that pretty easy. So, must need a Monster, a Mountain Dew, something. I'm low on the essentials here. Looks like I also broke another ratcheting wrench. Look at this. The ring, the seal came out. There's a matter of time before this is going to break. Don't use these to break bolts loose, and you won't have that problem. But I almost exclusively do that. Alright, get that sucker out of the way. Get that sucker out of the way. I like to leave them just in place while I get the front off. Now, I'm going to use that 12-inch extension and the 15, and I like to just come from way back, just like so, and break it free that way. Jeez, guys, that's tight. What the hell? Oh, there we go. All right, break that other side free. I'm not going to have a ratchet after this. Maybe you should... Ugh, man. That doesn't want to let go. See, this is way better. This is the stuff you should expect when doing this. There we go. First one out. Second one out. Pull her forward. Move your lines out of the way. And then just wiggle her on out. Just like that. See? Look how easy that is. All right, let's go to the bench. Here's our old Hydroboost unit. What I like to do is I always like to make sure everything looks the same, which obviously this is pretty obvious. Geez, look how stout that is. So we like the plates. Plates match. Little difference in the body here. Nothing crazy. We are missing a snap ring right here. There's a snap ring here. There's one missing there. Tilt it up. Yeah, I'd say everything matches. Works perfect. We'll throw in the new unit. All right. Now, this is a Bosch unit. This particular unit is new. This is not a reman. I got this off of Rock Auto. I think it was like $250. Money's worth was this one got its money's worth. The truck has over 200,000 miles, and this thing has done, I mean, its fair share of work. So, with that being said, I mean, we can call this a day. This guy did its job. There's rebuild kits for this. Parts of the unit that need replacing inside these, you need to replace the whole part. And so a rebuild kit can be a little bit more on the time-consuming side and can also be irritating if it is not fruitful after the fact. So for the price point of just getting a new pump, I mean, you can't really beat that. So that's the route we're going. But one more thing before we go. Just want to do a hardware check. So you have your 6 15mm nuts. So make sure you have all those. 4 on the back, 2 on the front, and then your clip. Make sure you have your clip. If you have all those, let's get into the next step. What I like to do is I like to throw the Hydroboost in. Get everything sealed up here. There we go. Look at that. It's already looking good. But there we go. Get the nuts started, so that's 2 less nuts you have to keep track of. You know what? I was just going to jump inside and bolt it up, but it's not really moving too much, so may as well get it bolted up, right? We're here. Nice and tight. Do a better camera angle inside the truck. Righty-loosey, right? Lefty-tighty. Is that the saying? That's pretty tight. Do the hard one first. Or the harder of the two, I should say. Just snug up that side. Okay, nice and tight. Nice and tight. One last line here. This guy running up underneath. Since I had a heck of a time this go around, I'm just gonna use the pliers. You know, spring clamps are my least favorite. There we go. Should have something looking like that. 2 lines, hose. We're going over it. 2 lines, your hose. Your 2 15mm bolts. Now, all we have to do is the inside. So let's get that done. Move that out of the way. So, we're going to put the pedal back the way we found it, but let's see here. Something I wanted to show you guys. So, you got these 2 lips, right? Fits on here like that. Clip goes on this side. But this lever here actually fits in between them like that. See if I can show you. Fits like that, okay? Over it, and it's going to go over the pin. So you need to put those together like that and then feed the brake pedal through and then put your clip back on, okay? All right, so something like, should be pretty straightforward. If, again, there wasn't a camera in the way. First, we got to make sure this lines up. I need both hands, and you can kind of see my dilemma I'm thinking. We'll just, we'll cut to that in a minute. I'm gonna remove you. There was a little open side, and you can slide it on. We'll slide the that lever on and then do that. But I was just deciding to make it a little bit more difficult for no reason at all. Let's preface it with the fact that this clip is going to be, well, in short, it's going to be annoying. Now, some of you might actually get it, no problem, but I don't. I, for whatever reason, tend to get very angry with it. So we're going to feed it on. Remember, this part of the clip right here, you want that notch, this notch in the center. You want it facing down, this side going on the pin. So let's put it up. Oh, did I just get it? Oh, I just barely. Let's reach in with the pick and see if we can pull it the rest of the way. Please. Oh, there's no way I got that. Okay, so maybe it will be that easy for you guys. Hopefully it is. That was the first time. All right, I'm gonna feed all these bolts on here. You guys to see that you can get in here. You can do the job. Like I said, this is kind of a how-to, kind of a you're just following me doing it type thing, and I'm showing you how I'm doing it. And again, you know my take on it. I'm going to keep saying it. Start with the hardest one first. Come on. How is it that, there we go. There we are. I'm also using the extended, I'm using this, this extension because it actually gets me out of the way so you guys can actually see what's going on here. No, I don't have torque specs for these. I'm just getting them nice and tight. It's not like it's gonna, you know, run away from me. You got your clip in, you got your bolts in, you've done it. Good job. Now, we need to bleed it, which Hydroboosts can be a ginormous pain to bleed. The normal procedure with Hydroboost is what you'll do. Hold on, let's get you a little more stable here. Is you pump the brake 3 times. Rotate the wheel. All the way left, all the way right. You'll do that a total of 5 times. So we're talking like 1 rotation is all the way left, all the way right. 1. All the way left, all the way right. 2. You got 5 times, right? That is 1 cycle, okay? 3 brake pumps. 5 cycles left to right. That's 1 cycle, okay? And some people can take up to, this is crazy, up to 50 to 100 cycles before the Hydroboost is bled. They're a really pain in the ass system. I've also seen people where they throw in a Hydroboost and it just immediately starts working. They just bleed it out, no problem. And it's like, that's rude, because that is not always the case. And most of the time, it's going to be a pain in the ass, and you should expect it to be a pain in the ass. So we're going to get started with that. I'll show you that, and hopefully we get power steering. All right. All right, this is where we're going to be spending all of our time. So with that being said, get yourself ready. Get a blank piece of paper and a pen. You're going to write down every single time you do a cycle. And so the reason you're going to do that is because it's pretty simple to lose count. I lose count. My buddy that's worked on this truck before and has done this has lost count when we were trying to rebleed his Hydroboost, but his Hydroboost, this is why we're replacing it, and it ended up just going belly up. So with that being said, key's been on. Oops. Probably gonna have to put some power to that. Anyways, so we're gonna be spending a good amount of time in here. Like I said, we're gonna be doing a bunch of cycles. I'll show you how to do the cycles from in the cab, and then I'm gonna show you what you're looking for down at the reservoir, okay? So let's get into it. All right. So here's your step. Pump your brake. 1, 2, 3. 1. So there's a couple ways to do this. You could go 1, or you could go 2. 3. 4, and you could count all the way to 10. And then you know you've done 5 cycles. 5. Or you could do 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. That's another way you could do it. Another thing to mention is I like to pull down on the steering wheel as you're going to one side or another, okay? And the reason I like to do that is because I forgot to pump the brakes. I just threw it in there. Is because then you're just pulling it down. It's a lot easier than pulling up on the steering wheel. Save on your shoulders since you're going to be doing this a lot. Another good thing to be checking is check your power steering fluid. So every cycle would be a good idea to check your power steering fluid. If, mount's kind of awkward when not using it. If power steering fluid isn't going down, go to every other cycle. If you don't have your power steering fluid going down after a couple of cycles, do every 5. And it's fine. Just make sure you do not suck air or you're starting over, and you don't want that. So Hydroboosts are already enough of a problem. We don't want to have to deal with any extra. Honestly, I just feel like it should just be like a power steering pump on a car normally, you know, with a brake booster. You just, you know, you throw it in and you're done. That would be so nice, but not with this. I lost count because I was talking. Let's say that was 5. Right? 6? Yeah. It's been 2 cycles for me, so I'm gonna check. All right. That's 5 out of like 500. I can only do this so many times. I've only done 5 cycles, so, and I feel it. This shoulder already felt like it was getting It's not actually carpal tunnel, but it's just a joke. But I'm feeling it. Apparently, I don't use these muscles because all I'm doing is turning a steering wheel, and it's like awful. So I haven't drawn any fluid in 5 cycles, which is quite interesting. But looks like we're going to do 40 to 50 of them, and I've done 5, and I'm already over this. So having to do 8 times that amount is fantastic. You know, talking and counting sucks, because I'm pretty sure that was, let's say 5 again. Yeah, 5. I'm doing the count from 1 to 10 method because, jeez, I can do the 1, 1, 2, 2. I'm not doing pairs. No way. This doesn't go fish. I think that was 7. Let's go with 7. That rotation identifies as a 7. And 10. For a total of 6. Yay! I love Hydroboost. Cycles in of the, I think I'm gonna go to 50 just to be safe. So give you an update probably next update. I'll do it 25. Yeah, I'll do it 25. So well, I set an update at 25. I have now officially made it, I believe we left off at 10. I made it 5. I made it 5 cycles before I needed to give another update. I already have got gamer pits starting to happen, which normally doesn't happen until I get way into Witcher 3 or like Red Dead Redemption. You know, pretty tragic when, oh, I can't do no spoilers just in case some of you haven't played it. But games like that, like where you really get it going, or like an intense, like let's say like a platformer game, and you have a particular section of the game where it's beating you up, you start getting the gamer pits, or you're about to. The point is, it's not great in here already. Sweatshirts come off. I'm getting hot. I'm at 15 cycles. Not super great, guys. I really hope you don't have to do it. So, if you're here, obviously you're doing it, but we're getting there. I mean, 1 cycle at a time. Try not to think of the whole big picture here, but think of it as a, you know, just keep moving forward. I just got to do the next one, and you'll eventually get there. So, man. It's officially been 10 cycles since I last complained. We're now at 25. Shoulders don't feel it no more. They're just like, well, if you're going to continue to do this to us, we better get used to it. So, looks like my shoulders aren't complaining anymore, just me. So, we're halfway done. Yep. Marked them all out. We're at 25. 25 cycles. definitely going to need a shower after this. The gamer pits have just gone insane. Which I do actually have a shower renovation video. If that's something you would be interested in, the video will probably be, if I don't link it here in one of these two corners, it's because this video came out before then. And so if that's something that would interest you, subscribe, because that video is coming and it's going to be a good video. So if that's, like I said, if that's something you're interested in, subscribe. If this quote-unquote how-to, more so a follow-along, has been helpful for you, drop a comment and tell me about how it helped, or what part of it helped you. Or if, drop a comment about your rig. I actually like hearing about rigs, so tell me what you got, what you drive, how many miles it has. I really, really like high mileage vehicles, so drop a comment about your high mileage vehicle if you've got one of those. Okay, enough of me procrastinating. We better get back to it. All right, update for you. Made it to 30. I started it. Worst thing that happens if there's still air in the system when you start it, you wait a half hour, let everything settle, and then you start pumping again. We got really lucky. This is on the ground. On the ground, no problem. Brakes, everything works fantastic. So that's going to conclude this video. We set out what we wanted to do. Everything's done. This thing is ready to rock and roll again. So I definitely am stoked about this one. This is fantastic. So like I said, if this video helped you, leave a like, drop a comment, and I'll see you in the next one. If a video like this helped you today, maybe you need to do some work on your transmission. Well, I do have a video of the 4L80 being serviced in this truck, and it'll appear up right here if you want to watch that. If not, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.